morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
Let's smack it in the ass.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that huck and spit on that thing. You get me?
Oh, that's nice.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Yeah. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that is good news.
It is the 16th day of September, 2024. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are on a Vikings Victory Monday once again. What? That's right, 2-0. They beat San Francisco. Incredible. We'll break that down with Ben Leber, with Mike Mussman, and a cast o' thousands, and so much more to get to. So let's get her started. You know what? It's going to be a good day. Going to be a great week. Here we go. Here's comedy with Neil Brennan on the Power Trip Morning Show. Come on in. I am glad you are here.
Have you been in a relationship? They're very difficult. Who's in their 20s by round of applause? All right, so let me explain to you how your dating life's going to go. All right, so you're in your 20s and you're going to start dating seriously and you're going to realize, like, oh, I have emotional problems. And then in your 30s, you're going to be like, I'm going to solve my emotional problems. And then in your 40s, you're going to be like, it's a shame I never did solve those emotional problems. Don't you wish we had more in common, men and women? I like those couples that have one thing in common and they're just seeing how far they can take it. You know what I mean? Like going into Comic-Con dressed as his and her orcs. I like the weightlifting couple walking around like spray-tanned apes everywhere they go. Like, come on, babe, let's go home and talk about chicken breasts and broccoli again. I want us to have more in common. I really do. Sometimes I'll be on dating apps and I'll cover up women's photos just to see what their personality's like. One girl's bio recently was like, I love Soul Cycle and red wine and sunsets and rockin' playlists. And I thought, if this was a guy, I would run him over with my car. And then I see it's a beautiful woman. I'm like, I think she may be the one.
The juice is loose. Don't you hate it when that happens?
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side.
Jeff, look at this thing.
You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Power Trip Morning Show Monday, September 16th. The Vikings are 2-0. I'm Cory. That's Chris. That's Paul. There's Zach. There's Max. 5:30 to 9. Another week of the Power Trip Morning Show. And another week that, look, the team's undefeated. What the hell's going on here? They did it. They were 6-point dogs, and they freaking did it. Pretty decisively as well. Like, the score maybe not so much, but did you guys ever really freak out? I thought they had the game pretty much in hand the whole way.
Yeah. I thought they were going to run away with it.
Pretty slick, man.
Aaron Jones doesn't fumble that ball. It is a runaway.
It is a runaway, exactly. They were a half a yard away from just blowing that team out, maybe.
They were the better team.
Crazy.
Yesterday.
What the hell's going on here?
I don't know, man. I did not see this coming.
Well coached, man.
Yeah, I mean, Hawk was right.
Yeah. What? Maybe specifically the defense, right? How about how about the stat everyone's throwing out there that in the regular season in Brock Purdy's career, he is 14-0 against the NFC, except for 0-2 at the Vikings. That sounds impossible. But that's what they said yesterday. He's 14-0 against the NFC in the regular season, except for the 2 times he's come to Minnesota.
Man,
unbelievable.
Was so excited to get in here today. Just to hear you say to him that he's right about Brock Purdy. Are you ready to do it?
No, Purdy was fine yesterday. He was all right.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Sauce.
It's all right. I'll get my penance at some point.
I mean, he has the highest passer rating for a career in the history of the NFL, highest completion percentage in the history of the NFL. He's 14-0 against the NFC. You're not going to do outside of the 0-2 Minnesota Vikings. No,
he's not going to say it.
He's very good. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's very good.
Sorry, Sauce.
If he was the 3rd overall pick in the draft, you'd say he's a stud.
No,
but he was the last pick.
Yesterday
So.
I said Caleb Williams is a bust.
Oh, okay. Either way, no, Purdy was okay. Yeah, I mean, 300-something yards. He was all right.
They put a lot of pressure
They
on
did, but again, credit to Brian Flores, man. I don't know. Flores has maybe cracked open the key to frustrate Purdy. As you saw, when you give him time, like any good quarterback, you give him time, he will dice you up. But they frustrated the hell out of Brock Purdy yesterday.
Our safety play is really something else, man.
Yeah. Blake Cashman
was everywhere.
Wow. Van Ginkel's everywhere.
Yeah.
Bernard's everywhere.
Pat Jones
with a couple sacks
He's
again.
4 sacks.
I know.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, good
defense is
good team
everywhere.
football, man.
Yeah.
It's good team football.
That 97-yard play was one of the coolest sporting plays I've ever seen in person.
Happy birthday.
One of the
thank
greatest
you.
things these guys have ever seen.
It was sweet,
For
man.
his birthday, Corey, just tell him he's right. For his birthday.
Happy birthday. Brock Purdy's terrible.
See?
Oh, thank you. Appreciate
Look
it.
what he got. Look at you.
That's all I wanted.
That is all he wanted.
Well, I got what I wanted because you lost $200 to Hawk on
He
your
sure did.
birthday.
Yay!
Yeah.
It was a perfect day.
It was a
Forgot about
perfect
that.
day.
When I saw that, I was like,
I forgot about that bet too. So
Yeah.
what?
Completely
You
forgot
guys
about
bet
it.
about the first 4 games, right? Because I think
Yeah.
Sauce said they would start 1-3 or worse.
yeah. Yep.
So you just needed 2 wins in the first 4 games, and you got the first 2, Chris.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
$200. Look at you guys.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is great stuff.
Quick ones.
Yeah, but as we discussed, Sauce could have told me
Right.
later that we bet on something else and that I owed him $400 and I would have
You
just
would pay
Venmoed him.
me.
I would.
Yeah. Yeah.
Musk kept trying to tell me I owed him money. I'm
Yeah.
like, did I bet you something? He go, yeah, you did. And then he couldn't come up with anything
Yeah.
because he's drunk.
Yeah. Wow. Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, whole time. You know, that's what they serve with breakfast at the at the stadium.
Really? I didn't know that.
Man, you know what I like about the stadium? I like that pregame show. Harping those folks do a great job.
So what was the bit that everybody was supposed to be in their seats early for? What's the new thing that they did yesterday?
We celebrated Sauce.
I think it was a new intro. I think. I wasn't really paying attention.
I couldn't
Something
hear
about
it. Yeah.
Showtime, or I forget what they called it.
Yeah.
But
I think it was Shogun. There were people on
Shogun.
staff.
Yeah. Well, then they won the
sword
Emmy.
fights, They
Yeah,
won Emmys.
yeah.
They passed out Emmys. There was snow falling. It was it was a combination of all those things. Zach streaking across the field.
Yeah, that was.
Zacko.
Yeah.
Well, that's just because he's in the initials finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was pumped about that.
You are very pumped.
Yeah. You get pumped a lot.
Yeah.
I always believed in you, Zacko.
Max believed in you. He's the
didn't-
one.
Yeah, he's the one.
I hoped for you, but I didn't believe in you at all.
Same.
Even after the
really
game, I
good,
was
though.
expecting somebody to run in the studio and go, psych!
Right.
It's still like, yeah, that was nuts.
Can we do that someday when
That someone would be- does
win the initials
That'd be s-
runs in and just
That'd be super fun.
and then start over with the real game? Yeah. I don't know. What's the Jefferson update? He's fine,
It's
right?
a big old bruise.
Yeah, he said it wasn't a
Day-to-day.
serious injury. Yeah.
I heard KOC say day to day, but that's the good news. And then what was the deal with Dallas Turner with the leg?
I think
Just
he's
a temporary thing.
Yeah, I think he's okay
Yeah,
as well.
he was doing some get off drills by the time the game was ending. So yeah,
Yeah.
I think he'd be all right.
Drills?
Get off drills.
Yeah, that's what it's also called a suction cup.
Oh, my.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? No, but I think he was looking like he was okay. Who knows? But I'll tell you what, we play Houston this week, right?
They're good.
AFC team, very, very good.
Yeah.
If Jefferson's not ready, let him take the day off.
I think he'll be fine.
Plus, we're not the Niners with like McCaffrey, even though the McCaffrey thing's now IR. But
Yeah.
Vikings don't have a lot of wiggle room, right? If this is real, your margin for error probably not huge. You got to win every single game, especially early that you can, because you got a lot of division games late. Man, this is the one in the first 4, 5, 6 games that I thought was the least likely to come out of victory. So the fact that they stole this one for the second consecutive year, they did this last year, took advantage of McCaffrey not being in there again, and got it done.
The other thing that they did on that one drive where they didn't have Addison and they didn't have Jefferson, and obviously TJ Hawkinson is out, is an incredible just kind of show how good the coaching staff is and how prepared they have gotten Sam Darnold. Because if you'd fallen asleep and then woken up, you'd be like, is this a preseason game? Who are these guys in at wide receiver? That throw he made.
Were you doing edibles in this scenario?
I'm just saying, like, that throw he made to Naylor was such a great throw.
Yeah, right.
To keep, I mean, that's such momentum if that goes back to the 49ers. I don't know, man. The coaching is incredible.
Well,
on this
and how
football
about
team.
the first half defensive stands when the Niners went for it on fourth down twice, and the Vikes stuffed them both times.
Yeah.
Once on the goal line, the other time was what? I forget exactly what yard line the other one was, but
The 100.
yeah, right on the 100-yard line, and they went for it, which is like, come on, man, you're
on the 100.
Yeah, you're on the 100.
You're fourth and goal from the 100.
You're not even on the field. I'm impressed all the way around, man. Like we talked about in the pregame history, Saucy, the wide receivers block. You know, I mean, everybody's doing everything they can. It's just super fun.
Just a team effort.
Yeah, and Sam Darnold's out there throwing bullets here and there. You know, one glaring mistake yesterday.
Yeah, that was.
That
wasn't good.
Feeling pretty good, man.
How do you go from was it 2008 the last time they had a 99-yard drive?
Yeah.
And now they've got 2 this season already?
Right.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And how about the Jalen Naylor running down and making that block on
that?
you know?
That's why you don't give up on a play.
That's why you don't give up.
Right, especially if he scores, you get a 15-minute break anyway.
Yeah.
So just run as fast as you can.
Right.
Don't run slow. Run.
Do some diddling.
What's the opposite of slow?
Speedy.
Speedy. Run like you're speedy.
Oh, you're saying it. See, this is a big day.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big day.
Yeah, man. It was a great victory.
Yeah, man.
It was cool to be there.
Pete pointed out, too, that third down throw to Jefferson. It was third and long. I can't remember. It was the third quarter or something like that. He just whipped it in there. It was a beautiful throw. Do you remember that?
No, Sauce was doing edibles.
Oh, I was doing edibles.
It was his birthday, man.
Yeah.
Come
He
on.
wouldn't stop. He kept everything
wouldn't
he ate.
stop.
He kept saying, "I'm doing edibles." I'm like, that is a pancake.
Yeah, stop. Right. Yeah, that's not an edible.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Since I don't believe in jinxes, I can say this.
Sure.
Do we have a kicker?
I mean,
do the Minnesota Vikings have a kicker that we just don't have to worry about? I know it's 2 games.
Yeah,
let's not, let's slow our roll a little bit. But I haven't for once. He's a rookie. For 1 second, I haven't even been like, oh man, this is a long one. Or he just goes up there and boots him through.
Yeah.
Do we have a kicker?
We have a kicker.
He's excellent.
I'll tell you what else we have. We have a quarterback too. I mean, I really think we do. I think we do. No?
I mean,
he was impressive yesterday.
Yeah. And I think what has been said about him is right. He's just been on some really bad teams with some really bad coaching.
Yeah, just stay within what you're supposed to do, right?
Yeah, I mean, some of these guys. I mean, look at Baker Mayfield. He's having a career year through 2 games, right? You just sometimes it's just the wrong situation. Is that the case for Bryce Young? I don't know, but. That's the jury's still out on that.
When they come back.
But it's sweet. It's sweet to see. Everybody doubted it. I doubted it. I thought they'd be terrible. I thought they'd win 3 games, and they are 2-0, and they beat one of the best teams in the NFL, and it's sweet.
Yeah, it wasn't a fluke.
This is right. This is the defending NFC champs.
Yeah.
And sure, they don't have McCaffrey, but they had everybody else, right? They have Kittle, they have Ayuk.
They beat the hell out of the Jets last week.
Ayuk's off to a really slow start after a giant contract. These first 2 games, he doesn't look like a world-class wide receiver. Whoops. Again, a guy that almost never loses in Brock Purdy. His regular season record's insane.
Yeah, but you just said he was overrated.
Think about he had a not a great game, right? Just a decent game. 101.3 KDWB was his rating.
Yeah.
That's a bad Brock Purdy game, 101.3.
But it's today's new music.
Is it?
I don't know. Probably.
It's today.
How the hell?
Oh, man.
No.
Oh, I almost said that.
Yeah, we don't.
Oh, man. Is Bonus here?
Not yet. Is he back tomorrow?
Who, Johnny Bones?
Yeah. That was close. I almost finished that sentence. What was I talking about again? Anyway, the Niners are amazing, right? They are the second most likely team to win the Super Bowl, according to DraftKings. And you beat them for the second consecutive year.
See what I'm saying? Let's go.
And I didn't think that Houston looked unstoppable by any means last night.
They looked Chicago.
Right, and they looked very human. So
yucky.
Zach was not the kiss of death yesterday. Nico Collins with a monster game.
Did you really? Did you have a good game?
Yeah. Led the week.
How many did I get?
19, I think.
Yeah, 19, yeah. I got 3.
Yeah, you got 3.
Whoa,
Yeah.
who'd you take?
Diggs.
Oh, yeah, you like Diggsy, though.
I do. I love Diggsy.
He's your guy.
Yeah, he is.
You made out with him.
Nah.
You want to?
I thought that was just a rumor.
Yeah, I think it's still
He went on his Quibi page.
Who has Quibi?
What do you call it when you...
social media.
They
that profile.
Yeah. Now there's social media.
When you can pay somebody to do things for you, what do you call that?
Pay somebody
A Fiverr?
No, like they'll say things for you. Like, hey.
Oh,
Sauce.
Cameo.
Yeah, that's it. He went on his Cameo page. That's it.
Quibi.
Yeah, whatever.
Quibi.
Are you still paying for
R.I.P.
that?
Don't bother me. I'm thinking.
What does it say about me that Max figured out you meant Cameo, and I was thinking you were hiring an assassin?
Yeah.
What does it mean when you pay somebody to do something? The first thing I thought of, I'm like, is he talking about contract killing?
Yeah.
Max is like, Cameo.
Yeah.
I don't get why
Why don't you
people
sit down
do
in
that.
this chair, Cor?
Why don't
Have
people
a
do
seat
what?
on the couch.
I don't get why people do the whole contract killing thing.
Why? What would you do?
Yeah, what
Just
would
do it
you-
yourself?
Because it's like
Well,
it's.
if you
I
want
think
something
it's
done
murder
right.
either way. Like if you get caught that way,
Sure.
but then you're adding more loose ends to something. Just
Right, one more mouth to keep
Correct.
quiet, right? Just do it yourself and then cover your tracks.
correct. You're guilty of murder either way. You might as well just
And save the money.
correct.
You know what? I don't. I'm with you, Zach. Why don't murderers think it through?
Yeah.
Get it.
You know,
Good point.
what are they doing? Hey, I got. Speaking of murders, I got a TV reco for you guys when we come back.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Something I
Sweet.
really enjoy.
Ben Leber's going to be here at about 6:30 or so.
Oh.
Michael J. Mussman. A little bit after that, we'll break it down. The Vikings victorious 23-17 over the Niners. Niners were 6-point favorites, and the Vikings said, "How about we win by 6 instead?"
Yeah.
Vikes are 2-0. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan Sauce.
And it's brought to you by
Our good friends at Gutter Helmet of Minnesota and GutterHelmetMN.com.
Oh yeah.
Peter.
The Power Hour goes live at 8 a.m. It's at KFAN.com/watch. All thanks to Quantum Fiber, your world unleashed.
Yes. Well said, Zacho. Well said. You woke up this morning maybe worried about your wide receiver. Here's KOC on JJ.
It was a quad contusion. I think Fred Warner might have went flying in to make a play like he does a lot. And Justin was, I think, working in the run game on the backside. And, just kind of got not a intentional, but just kind of got a little leg-to-leg combat or, contact on that. So it's pretty sore, but he's already up and moving, and we'll just treat that thing, and hopefully he'll be day-to-day, and we'll see how his, status looks for next week.
Yeah. So then, we might as well go to the source. JJ, how you feeling?
Feeling good. We got the win. We played tremendous ball all around. And at the end of the day, all that matters is, we winning, and I'm not, seriously injured. So that's the main important thing. So it's just all about, getting to the training room, making sure my body is right for next week, and I'll be ready to go next Sunday.
There you go.
Well, just lucky he's on the team, because according to Adam Schefter, he said yesterday morning that 3 teams checked in on JJ's availability this offseason, and one of them was the San Francisco 49ers. The Niners, the Colts, and the Jets all called and asked about JJ's availability, and they were all immediately rebuffed.
Oh, good. Rebuff them.
You know what's weird is, shouldn't it be 31, not 3?
Yeah, it should be everyone.
Shouldn't every GM just be like, hey, Crazy, what's up, man? How's the offseason going? Let's just start at the top of the list. JJ available or not? Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. Then you go to...
Correct.
Shouldn't it be 31?
It should be all of them.
I would...
Right.
I'd call every team if I was a GM and just have a conversation about essentially everything that's on the table and just say, what do you got? What are you looking to do? What are we looking to do? I don't know. That's like, to me, that's one of those news stories that's not a news story. It's like, yeah, some GMs called and asked. That's what they should do.
Yeah.
It's their job.
That's what
I even
they
heard
do,
it's like KOC picked up the phone at one point and he was like, wait a minute. Quasi? We already got him.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm just doing
So it's all 32.
Yeah, they all should. Yeah. 100%.
Because what if you catch Quasi hammered?
Oh,
Exactly. You catch him in a
You're
good
like,
mood.
all right, fine. I'll give you a second rounder. I don't care. You can have.
Yeah.
What their call.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
We got him, boys.
Hey, Saucy,
Yeah.
you said yesterday morning in the lovely broadcast area of U.S. Bank Stadium.
Yep.
That you thought, if what you thought was unlikely to happen, the Vikings beat the 49ers, that they might give KOC an extension this week. Do you still feel that way?
I mean, I almost think you have to, right? I know they don't do a lot of that stuff during the season, but I think that might just be the players. I mean, if
Mark Wilth even said that like a month ago, right? That they weren't going to extend during the season.
Yeah, well then they won't. But I don't know, man.
I really don't think that matters. I think they, if they decide they can, they will.
They have an excellent coach, and now even like the national media is tweeting about it and how good he is as a head coach. He's taken a journeyman quarterback. They're 2-0. He's made one bad mistake, which was the interception by Fred Warner, who's one of the best linebackers in football, one of the best players in football. That's the only mistake he's made. And they just beat one of the best teams in the NFL. I don't know, man. I think you have to make an exception. If they can start 3-0 and you can beat that Houston team on Sunday, I don't know, man. I think you might have to. And I don't think he and Kwesi contract-wise go hand in hand. I think you can give one to the other without the other one having to worry about not having a job, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Interesting.
I mean, they went, what did they finish last year?
14-0.
14-0? Were they 7-9? Something like that? With 5 quarterbacks? Like, this guy can coach, man. He's really, really good at it.
Yeah. I don't think you have to give him an extension unless he's got a gun. But I think you were going to be motivated because you're going to want to keep him around for a while.
He's got a gun.
You got to be careful because Kwesi got a call from Kwesi asking if KFC was available.
Right. Keeps calling his own cell phone.
Well, I mean, we faced the Pasternaut yesterday was on the roster, just not on the active list.
Yeah.
He was there. The Pasternaut plays for the Niners and I think makes like 4 times as much as Brock Purdy does.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because I think Dobbs got something like $5 million to be the backup, and Purdy's making, I don't know, $1 million or something.
Really?
It's something like that. Not exactly that, but something like that.
Yeah, 1 year, $2.5 million deal.
2.5? And what's Purdy making?
I think $1 million.
$1 million, okay.
That seems underpaid.
Well, they're going to have to pay him in the offseason. Big time.
Yep.
The Brocalypse, is that what they're calling it again in San Francisco? Something like the Brocalypse, because they're paying everybody else a ton of money, but they're going to have to pay the quarterback.
Yeah. They pay everybody there.
Yeah, there's no such thing as the salary cap. He'll get whatever he wants.
There is not.
He'll get like $60 million a year.
Yeah, probably.
I'll take the fried broccolips.
That would be good.
Same.
What's the TV show recommendation?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Wyatt Earp versus the Cowboys. Or Cowboy Wars. Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy Wars.
Never even heard of that.
I have never heard of that either.
It's on Netflix. It's a documentary, that they kind of like do some acting in and stuff like that. It's a series. It's about Wyatt Earp and the OK Corral. It's voiced by Ed Harris, which is awesome. I had no idea. There was so much about the OK Corral that I had no idea about. This tells the real story about what happened. It starts like 8 months before the OK Corral, but then after the OK Corral, everything that happened is brand new information to me. And I think it will be to everybody out there. And it's really well done. And it's a fascinating look at the Old West, like how easy it was to manipulate the media because all you had to do was make up a good story because they were so hungry for a good story that they would print whatever you told them. I know.
When is this set?
I know. But I can't recommend it more. It's brand new information about something you thought you knew everything about, which in reality you knew nothing about. Very well done. And Ed Harris has the greatest voice. I love that guy.
The trailer looks sweet.
It's real good. If you like cowboy stuff and you want to know about Wyatt Earp and why he truly was a badass. He used to just punch people in the face. Like instead of like shooting them and stuff, if he had trouble with them, he'd just walk up and punch them. And then he'd put them in jail. That's what you got to do.
You love cowboy stuff.
I like cowboy stuff, man. And this one's real good. Take my word for it. You'll like it. Real good. Wyatt Earp versus the Cowboy Wars or some crap like that.
Yeah, Wyatt Earp and the Cowboy
That's it.
War.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
That's how you say it.
It says 1 season documentary, but again, it looks like it's clearly acting.
Yeah, they hired.
Strange
you know
to call
how
it
they
a
do.
documentary, but
Yeah.
it is just reenactment,
Exactly.
reenactments of whatever Harris is.
Yeah. So they'll go to experts, and the experts will be
narrating.
like, well, it was well known that Doc Holliday had a huge wang. And then they'll show Doc Holliday as an actor walking down.
So it's drunk history without the drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, right.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a very good show.
Oh,
as well.
God,
see
drunk
the huge
history is
wang?
great.
Love that show. I'm sorry, what's that again?
Do you see the huge wang?
Well, I know you're concerned about that. I'm concerned about the history. But yes, you do.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's worth
It's hard to
watching.
conceal it.
Yep. We're about to get a text from Tom.
Front Page Sports is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan. Got us like an MMA promotional bit here. Grimmer walks in and Zach and Grimmer stare each other down because Friday the two of you enter the ring. Now, AJ will be there too, and that's a big problem, but the two of you are Initials Invitational finalists. Mike Grimm, welcome to the show.
Ready to roll, man. Ready to roll.
There's your competition right there.
I know.
Zachary
I know.
Halverson.
Hell of a game Friday.
Played really well.
I was here watching in person, just scouting,
And
a little advanced scouting.
Not a lot of us thought he had a chance, but ran away with it a little bit.
I thought you guys were shortchanging him a little. I thought he was right in the thick
It was
of
more propping up the other three than shorting Zach. Zach's good at the game. The other three are just freaks. But
That was a good group of players right there.
Grimmer, let's do Front Page Sports because I got a lot of questions for you.
Oh, yeah. And I got some audio for you. Grimmer, I loved it yesterday. Well done. Or Saturday.
Yeah.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores. You can buy 2, get 1 free when it comes to Red Bull at Holiday. Those 12-ounces, mix and match any flavors you want. You buy 2 of them, then grab a third one because they're going to give you that third one for free. Buy 2, get 1 free. Holiday Red Bull. Go
Holiday's
do it.
the best.
It's the truth.
On a Saturday, the Gopher football team won 27 rip in a trap game, according to Tommy Olson and Justin Kenzemius. It was a trap game, 27 rip against Nevada. Grimmer, you already know this because you cover the Gophers.
I was actually at the stadium.
You were at the stadium. They let you go to the games. Yeah, last week, the Gophers beat something called Rhode Island 48-0. They won on Saturday 27-0. First consecutive shutouts for the Gophers since 1962.
62 years, yeah. That's the competition has, it is what it is, but that's still pretty impressive in today's day and age, back-to-back shutouts. Not a lot of teams, there's just not a lot of teams that shut anybody out, let alone back-to-back. So you got to tip your cap, there's no doubt. They have been flying around. They remind me a little of what the Vikings have done. They just fly around. They have versatile guys. They sub in and out. And I was watching the Vikings yesterday, and I don't know what the snap counts or the reps are, but they were taking Harrison Smith out in certain packages and putting other people. I mean, that tells you when you're taking out veterans and those guys, and maybe they're trying to keep his workload a little lighter too, but, Gophers have a similar situation, so it was fun to see. They got obviously a big game coming up this weekend, but that 1962 team had 5 shutouts, and they had back-to-back shutouts twice.
Jeez.
That was the Carl Eller, Bobby Bell.
Oh, my.
I can't remember. I think somebody in our booth was looking up the numbers. They gave up like 70 points all year, 55 points, something ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine those two? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, and there's other good players on that team, so that's a long time, 62 years.
How about our guy, Dragan Kesic?
Yeah.
Heartbreaker in week 1, right? If he bangs that one through, the Gophers are 3-0. But since then, he's been awesome, including a 52-yarder on Saturday. That is his 5th career 50-plus yard kick. That is a new school record.
Yeah, he did miss a second 50. He had a 52-yarder, then he had a 50-yarder, which to get he had 5 in his career to get 2 in the same game, and he just missed it. He's got this draw going, which he always has had, but. He's got it's like a golf shot, right? You got to straighten the draw out just a little bit to send it down the middle. But there's never an issue with the leg. Plenty of leg. He just bombs it. I've said this before. When you're at a baseball game, maybe you're at batting practice, and you hear, if you're half paying attention, and all of a sudden you hear that, And you're like, oh, that, when I was in St. Louis, I was at BP all the time. Oh, that's Albert Pujols. You just hear this sound. And this is going to sound stupid, but when his foot hits the ball, it is a different thud than all the other kickers that I've seen at any practice. It just, poof, it just is a monster.
Wow.
Hosting Iowa Saturday. Iowa also 2-1.
Yeah.
Right, they had that unbelievable game against Iowa State. Was that a week ago?
That was a week ago Saturday, yeah.
According to DraftKings, the Iowa Hawkeyes slight favorites against the Gophers. They are 2.5-point favorites.
I like Minnesota in this game. Iowa has had two. They were down at half to Troy this past weekend. It was 14-10 or 17-14. I didn't watch it. I will watch it this week just to see what was going on. But they've had two games where they were really good in the second half, including this past Saturday, and then a game where they were terrible in the second half against Iowa State. So we'll see what they have. It should be a tight game. Minnesota has played those guys tight for a few years in a row, and they got the win last year down there, and they just got to go take care of business. Just go in and feel like you're going to win the game.
It's the game for Larry the Oink, right?
Yeah, Larry the Oink.
Larry the Oink. You got it.
Can't wait.
I did not hear the line. Haven't even heard of the line yet. But this was a tall task to slide in the what was it? The Voorhees burger with a side of Jason fingers.
From was it?
That's
Somebody
right.
Goes to Hell.
Jason goes to hell.
Yeah.
It was a tough one.
It was.
Oh, he got it.
You guys challenged me.
Place is still buzzing. 81-yard touchdown run by Darius Taylor, longest in 19 years. Kesich booms it out of the end zone. 27-0 Minnesota. So here is Taylor. He's really feasting here. 8 rushes and 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 catches, 37 yards and a touchdown. So 13 touches, 137 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's getting it done. He'll have a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason fingers.
Absolutely, and he deserves it.
He sure does. Tasty right there. 1st and 10.
So good.
You set it up with feasting, and DT walks right into it. He sure will. Absolutely. Yeah.
You got to hear that. He says he deserves it.
He does. Just like a common saying.
Daryl Thompson is the best.
He's the best.
Absolutely.
Doesn't question for a second what you say.
No.
Just blindly agrees. Like, yeah, order those. Those sound great. God. He deserves it.
He does.
Touchdown. He's getting it done. He'll have a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason fingers.
Absolutely, and he deserves it.
He sure does. Tasty. Right there. 1st and 10.
His response caught you off guard. You were like, what do I say to that? I guess, yeah, he does. He sure does.
So touchdowns. He's getting it done. He'll have a Voorhees burger and a side of Jason fingers.
Absolutely, and he deserves it.
He sure does. Tasty. Right there. 1st and 10.
That's good. God.
Wonderfully done.
So good.
God, you're getting good at this.
That was great.
Oh, man.
Excellent.
My favorite thing, though, is when you have yet to do the line, and it's 27-all, not 27-0.
Yeah.
So it's a big moment in the game, and you still have to work it in.
Still have to figure it out.
This one, it's like 27 rip.
Yeah,
you can mess around and have some fun and crack some jokes about Jason fingers. But if this was like, man, we really need this 4th and 7.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else we need is a
hungry.
Voorhees burger and a side of Jason fingers. Yeah, so much better when you're forced to do it.
It's the best.
That was great.
Yeah.
Hey, Grimmer.
Well done.
Yes, sir.
Did you watch the game on television yesterday, the Vikes game?
I was at the game.
You were at the game.
In
Okay,
the press
Let's go to that.
Corey, you watched it on TV, right?
Sure did.
Did you hear Kevin Harlan?
The best.
This is the best. I have the audio, actually. So they threw it to a highlight, and
Nate Burleson.
Oh, yeah, I heard about this. He couldn't hear him or something?
Exactly.
As soon as they threw to Burleson, you could hear Burleson say, like, oh, I can't hear anything. So, it's like, whoa, careful. That's a hot mic, right? So I don't think he was supposed to say that, but he said that, and it bled through. And Harlan just goes, well, I can hear you, buddy. And then he took it from there.
The city. And let's take you to Nate Burleson in New York.
I can't hear anything.
I can hear you. Go, Nate, go. Here we go. Rodgers against Tennessee, and they're going deep, and it was caught by the Titans. Ridley with a touchdown reception. The former Jacksonville Jaguar, Will Levis, with a long throw for Tennessee. Back to Minneapolis. All right, Nate, thank you. Here's Ayuk. with the catch, and out of bounds he goes. Shoved over there by Gilmore and Harrison Smith. And he's got the ball.
So
Another
now,
first
Kevin,
down catch out to the 42.
You have called 2 games at one time, and now you called a studio and a game at the same time. So you never cease to amaze me.
That's because
he's so good, man.
He's just doing off the top of his head because he has no idea what the highlight is he's watching. He thinks the wrong team throwing the ball. It's just the best. He just rolls with it.
Yeah.
And now back to you, Kevin. Thank you, Kevin.
He's so good.
He's so good. He's so good at everything, too, right?
He's just having fun.
He's having fun and staying loose.
Yeah. I love it.
He's the best.
Yeah, he is the best.
I really hope he gets. I mean, obviously he'll continue with the basketball beyond TNT, but I don't understand. Like, he could be an A-team network announcer,
Like B.A. Baracus?
Mr. T.
He'll spring into action when at a moment's notice.
He always loves a good plan.
He does.
Love it when a plan comes together.
That's the line.
Yeah.
That's the one.
What was it? It was Hannibal. What was his
Hannibal
name?
Lecter.
No,
just Hannibal.
I almost said that too, but it's Hannibal something. What was it?
Hannibal the Cannibal. Hannibal
something. And then who else? It was B.A. and then
Face. Yep.
Who was the pilot? The crazy guy.
Sully.
No.
It was
The pilot?
John Denver.
That's still one of my favorite.
The pilot?
You just got 2 of my favorite moments of Power Trip history right there in one sentence. When I first got to town, or relatively close, I'm listening to you guys, and you put together a bit of if you were flying the jet.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, oh, and then it was the day that we did the first song lyric. I was in here previewing, so that was 4 or 5 years ago. And you were asking, it all started when you said, or Hockey said, what kind of music do you like? And I said this and that. And then Cove asked, what was your first concert? And I went, as I always do, tell this long story about John Denver. I had to miss a Little League game, blah, blah, blah. And Cory goes, John Denver, great singer, terrible pilot.
I just say the facts, Mike. I just say the truth. Truth can't be controversial.
Terrible pilot.
That bit about the pilot, that was really great. There was another one he did one time where he was a NASCAR turn reporter.
Oh, yeah.
That was
Forgot
great.
about that.
Oh, there goes the
Earnhardt low
You
into
can't
the
hear
one.
it. Yeah.
On to Cory. And they went by me.
That's when I tried.
Yeah, remember
That was
that?
good.
Remember when we had drive and motivation?
I still do.
It was amazing.
I found that by
Not for the
accident.
show.
I think it might.
We got to play that,
I
though.
wonder if I could still find it again. Because I stumbled upon it looking for something else.
Because you were talking about Sully and how calm he's. I think we're going to land in the river.
Right.
Yeah.
In the Hudson.
Yeah, in the Hudson.
We're going to be in the Hudson.
Well, it's because he's a hero.
He's got such balls on him.
Yeah, he does.
It's amazing they could still float.
Well, I can't believe that's right, yeah.
So, Grimmer, we got to get you a quote, obviously.
Yeah.
But we're also going to see you on Friday for the initials finals between Zachary, yourself, and AJ.
Ooh. Now, listen,
who'd have thunk
guys.
it, man?
Is that finals or final?
I don't care. I like to call it the finals. I don't like that the Stanley Cup people get super pissed at you if you add the S.
Yeah,
they get
Zach.
really
Do they
mad.
really?
Oh, yeah.
Well, then I'm going to say that all the time.
That's why I did it too
don't
for
do
years,
it.
because if you say finals, they're like, it's the finals.
Don't do it.
Hey,
My God.
real quickly, I'm going to be gone Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, so somebody else has got to come up with a movie line.
Iowa.
All right?
Okay.
It's Iowa.
Iowa.
Ayahuasca.
Is this heaven?
Oh, see, that's good. Look at that. That's too easy, though.
That's way too easy. You just did Jason. What was it? Voorhees burger with a side of Jason fingers. We can't give you a line that's that easy.
Right.
All right. What really matters after this?
Thank you, Grimmer.
Yes, sir.
The
Fan.
The Fan.
Hey, 622. The Twins got a win yesterday, too, over the Reds. Here's Rocco.
Kind of held the game where it was. Our pitching did a good job of stabilizing the game in the middle of the game, and then the bats were able to really break through, and we had some really multiple big hits and big at-bats and guys getting on base. So a lot of what we were aiming for, we got. Felt really good to break it open, too. And, we get some guys going, hitting the road right now with some confidence, so it's nice.
Sauce, you like big hits?
Yeah, I do. I like big hits, and I cannot lie.
I'm with you. So, Wintersville, USA, man. That's all we do.
And the Lynx won.
And the Lynx won. That's the truth, too. See?
Rosie was going to say that.
No, yeah, he
cut him off.
Yeah.
I
He
did.
had tickets to the game, too.
He did. He had
Oh, God, was that yesterday?
Yeah, it was.
I gotta go to the Vikings.
And they only have 2 games left.
Oh, no.
How was your birthday?
It was great.
Did you get everything you wanted?
Oh, yeah.
Said you wanted one thing, right? It was a hat.
Yeah, and I got
You got
that.
it?
Yep.
That's the one thing you wanted?
Yeah.
Why don't you just buy the hat yourself?
I tried to. It's it's a tough hat to find. I don't know why. And then the one I did find had like the World Series logo on the side, and I didn't want that. What's so funny?
I'm sorry. I'm not going to say.
Oh, go ahead. Is it
All right,
because
I
of the
will.
size?
No. I can just see you going, well, I can't find it. And then Cal going, it's right here.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I really like this hat, but son of a bitch, it's over.
Yeah.
Doesn't
But-
exist on the planet. Can't find it.
Yeah, that's basically what it was.
And she's like, you spelled Amazon wrong.
Yeah.
You spelled hat wrong.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's, yeah. Yeah, it was great.
How much fun was this?
2nd and 9 for the Vikings from their own 3. Darnold under center. Play action to Jones. Back to pass. Bosa picked up. Deep shot. Jefferson. Yes! Caught at the 50. Heads left to the 40. Cuts back to the 25. Heads to the right. He's trying to outrun the Niners. To the 5. Touchdown! A 97-yard touchdown from Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson. And your Minnesota Vikings have a 9-0 lead.
Now, Jefferson was open, but that does remind me of just the Randy Moss moonshot, where you
100%.
just rainbow it,
Right.
where you don't even throw it necessarily to where he's going, even though Darnold kind of did. You just chuck it up and say, just go get it.
Go get it.
And that's what JJ's wanting him to do. Just, I don't care if I'm double
just go
covered,
get
just
it.
throw it.
Because I mean, this is basic math. If you hand the ball off,
All right, slow down.
if you hand the ball off, how many defenders are between you, in general, between you and the goal line? 11. Right? In general, it's 11.
He would have gotten it, Sauce.
He did look confused
I
by
know,
my
but he would have
question.
gotten there. He would have.
But there's essentially 11 people between you and the goal line, right?
Yeah.
If you just chuck it up to Jefferson, he might have 1 or 2 people between him and the goal line. Just chuck it up there.
Yeah.
You can get a pass interference. If he gets his hands on it, Jalen Naylor's going to block for him, and the ref is going to outrun all of the Niners anyway.
That was
You guys seen that?
Yeah, on SportsCenter.
It's embarrassing. The ref that is running down to make sure that the touchdown is good is truly running faster than both of the Niners defenders.
Yeah.
He gets to the goal line before the Niners do. How is that possible?
Oh, he might be real fast.
Is that Noah Lyles or whatever the hell his name is? Who the hell is that ref? That guy's blazing fast.
Blazing.
I think his name is Speedy Zebra Stripe.
Eddie back.
No, that guy, because he hasn't been here for a couple of years, I'll call him Speedy.
Yeah.
But if his name's Jalen and asked me to change it to Speedy 3 years from now, I ain't doing it.
Yeah, he's hauling balls. There's no doubt about
he
it.
is hauling
He doesn't
balls.
have any equipment on, and he hasn't been running 55 different routes the whole game.
But he is
hauling balls.
He's
faster than them.
balls. Yeah.
That
Find
was
him to the practice
crazy.
squad.
Yeah, man. And then at one point, he's doing it backwards.
Yeah, he is. He's running backwards.
He was just showing off.
Yeah, he was.
Also, let's talk about just the gamble. It's not like they shotgun snapped it and then just immediately chucked it up.
I know.
Darnold
Yeah.
was in the end zone
Yeah.
for an uncomfortable amount, right? Not like 7 seconds where you're like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But as a viewer, you're going, wow, they're really letting him sit back there. Or is this going to work? And then 97 yards later, it worked perfectly.
Yeah, offensive line against maybe the most muscular man I've ever seen.
Yeah, let's not undersell that angle either.
Yeah.
Not only did the defense again look awesome, just like they did last week against the Giants, that offensive line for the Niners are beasts, right?
Yeah.
Trent Williams obviously being a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And the Vikings defense gave that line a ton of trouble.
And I think, Huck, you heard it too. Pete kept pointing out during that game how tired Trent Williams was and how multiple times during the game when he would set for his pass block, he would just stop with his legs and his legs kind of just gave out on him. Because we saw Kittle leave to get, I think it was an IV.
It was hotter than two dogs blanket.
It was
in there.
really hot in
It really
there.
was,
And
yeah.
Why was it so hot in there?
I don't know.
They had Leber said during the game that they had the the big doors open and it let like the humidity in or something, and then on the field,
I'm glad I stayed home.
It was really hot.
Yeah, it was mid-80s, and
it was.
They shut the doors and turned the AC to 62 degrees.
Nice and cool in the booth.
Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. I mean, PA did the show, the whole game pantsless.
Yeah,
but he does that in.
Yeah, somebody told him to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, so I walk into the booth yesterday and he looks at me and goes, I've got the MeUndies on. Or not MeUndies, the
Chill Boys.
Chill Boys, sorry. And he goes, oh. He goes, we should take a picture. And I go, okay. And he starts to unzip his pants and he shows them to me. And he goes, all right, let's take a picture and post it on the internet. And Abbott goes, no, you're not doing that. He took his pants off and was just standing there in his underwear. So, yeah.
Well, that's what Wayne Larrivee does.
Well, yeah, that's exactly what Abbott said.
That's what Joe Buck does.
My name's Joe Buck.
That's exactly what Abbott said.
Troy Aikman gets tickled constantly.
All the time.
Yeah.
He sure
Tony
does.
Romo in those bathroom stalls.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tom Brady likes a pinky.
Wow. Is that news?
Well, it is to you.
Yeah, I guess.
What really matters is scores and stats around the world of sports, and in between, Chris will change your life with something else.
Okay. Let's
Okay.
go.
That has nothing to do with sports.
Wrong button.
Uh-oh.
That's what really matters, right?
The Vikings won 23-17 over the San Francisco 49ers. Darnold, 268 yards, 97 of them on that Justin Jefferson touchdown. He threw 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. The other one was to Jalen Naylor, who had 54 yards and a score. Brock Purdy, 319 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a 101.3 rating. No Christian McCaffrey for the Niners, but Jordan Mason, 20 carries for 100 yards. But is it just me? Like, that was a very quiet 100.
Yes.
Yeah.
His 147 on Monday was like in your face, and he looked unbelievable. That was a pretty quiet 100. Maybe because the Niners were struggling offensively, so it just, I don't know. They just, they couldn't finish drives, so maybe the yards that he was getting didn't feel as destructive to us. But man, that's 100 yards and a 5.0 average without a ton of impact. And he had a touchdown. It's just, I don't know, what a quiet game for a dominant statistical performance. What really matters, though, is this.
If you haven't seen it, and you probably have by now because it was everywhere, but so Matt LaFleur asks his quarterback why he audibles out of a pass play on a 3rd down. Didn't make any sense to him. So the quarterback audibles a quarterback run, and LaFleur's like, why in the hell did you do that? Malik says, because Josh threw up on the ball. And you watch the center, and you watch the replay, and right before it snapped, the center throws up, just looking down, and then he snaps the ball literally a second later. And now the ball's got vomit all over it.
Yeah.
And the quarterback's like, well, I guess I'm going to have to run this because I can't grip the vomit ball.
Well, and to bring it back, Ben Leber,
correct.
and to bring it back to the Vikings game, you know, for a second, it looked like Brock Purdy thought he was going to get like a TV timeout when his shoe came off, right? Like, I get extra time for this, right? And the ref's like, no, you got to call a timeout if you want to call a timeout. If your shoe's not there, your shoe's not there. My guess is Malik Willis had the same thought. Like, we don't have to stop the game. He just threw up on the football. But they're like, this is football. Either throw it or don't. Right? Or waste a timeout if you don't want to throw a puke ball. So he didn't. He audibled and just ran the ball. Still touching the puke.
For me, throwing up is a nationwide catastrophe. I'm calling in EPT. I'm like, somebody come help me. He threw up and then a moment later blocked a giant man.
Yes.
It's just unbelievable. Ben, when's the most, what's the right, not improper, but when you had to throw up and you just had to keep moving. Have you ever had to do that on the football field?
No, God, no.
Oh, okay.
God, no. I mean, I'm kind of like you. If I have to throw up, it is a major, everybody's knowing it. Everybody knows what's
Kids,
going on.
come help daddy.
Yeah. I will be daddy. I will be curled up and miserable.
Yes.
No. Although I will say, this is kind of a weird deal. I've gotten better at it as I've gotten older.
Well, you do it so much.
Yeah. There's always ways to. I mean, when I was a kid, I would do anything to not puke.
Absolutely.
Anything.
Anything.
I think that's
terrified
the
me.
answer, though, right? As an adult, you realize it's so much better just to get it over with.
Yes.
Right? Get it out.
That's probably it. Like you understand the mind games of like just do it because you're going to feel so much better.
Yeah.
And as an adult, you realize, all right, you're going to puke. Each puke itself takes about a second, right? In your mind, it feels when you're a kid, it's like this is going to be just 3 minutes of pain and torture.
Yeah.
It's like, no, it's a second of uncomfortability. If that's even a word. And then you just move on with your life unless you throw up again. Just get it over with. It's like getting a shot.
Yeah, correct. Well said.
Right?
Yeah. When you throw up and you instantly feel better.
Oh, it's the best.
It's the best.
Yeah, it's just the best.
Yeah, but then you're always worried about the dry heaves that possibly come with it. And then you get to that point where you can't catch your breath and you feel like your head's going to explode. Your eye's going to bulge out.
I'm so impressed by guys and ladies, I guess, as well, who are so tough they can just keep moving. Like, I remember seeing, and it was college. Was it Grossman? Is that the famous one where he's in the huddle? He steps out of the huddle, throws up, steps back in the huddle, and calls the play. And he was in college at the time. And I was like,
you talking Rex
Grossman? It was Grossman. Yeah.
You talking Rex?
I think it was.
I don't know if I remember
his name.
You could, yeah.
I think it
it's
was.
Gross,
but I'm
man.
like, man, give him the Heisman right now. That's the
You
toughest
could be
man
right.
on
I don't know.
planet.
I don't remember that.
I'm going to try to find it because it's very because it's like he's standing in the huddle calling the play. He looks to his left, throws out, and then looks right back in the huddle and calls the play.
I've done that drunk. Is that impressed?
Oh, sure. I'm still impressed. Yeah.
Because like so what happened was we took a shot of this like peanut butter whiskey thing, and I wasn't ready for it, and it was in this house. I walked out to the porch, threw it up, and then walked right back in as if like, and nobody knew the difference.
Yeah, puke and rally.
That's pretty much the same thing.
I feel like a puke and rally situation when you're drinking is way easier than when you've got like the stomach flu.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
right.
for sure.
Hey, what's your name? Maxo. Look at this. Look at this guy right here. Look at him. He throws up and then he looks at the defensive lineman like,
and then he just nods at him.
Watch his bin. Hey, you can say, hold on. Look at this guy right here. He throws up and then he looks at the guy and like, yeah, I'm coming to get
That's a next level competitor right there to be throwing up and still thinking about the mind games.
Yeah, look up on YouTube. Tennessee lineman pukes during game, and it's the tackle, and they're facing Alabama. And he's standing in the huddle. He throws up, and then he looks at the guy he's about to block and just nods at him like, "Yep, I just threw up, and I'm still going to block you. I'm covered in my own feces."
Okay, I would not be thinking about this. I would not be thinking about this at the time. But if I'm the defensive tackle, I'd be like, "Damn, man, you out of shape."
I'm thinking, call timeout, coach. Anyway, vomit, gross. Don't like it,
dude. They got to get tackled in that.
Yeah,
I know. Oh yeah.
Right, girls.
It's a double dare. The Packers won 16-10. Speaking of Malik Willis avoiding a puke ball, he was 12 of 14 for 122 yards and did throw for one touchdown, but they heavily relied on new running back Josh Jacobs. 32 carries, 151 yards. Packers 1-1. They win despite not having Jordan Love. Richardson,
I can't believe
3 interceptions.
I can't believe that either.
Yeah, I would put all the money on the fact that Malik Willis, who hasn't played a game since week 7 of last year, that was going to go in and beat Indianapolis, who a lot of people were like, they're kind of on the rise, right? I mean, Richardson's super flashy. He's got a lot of upside. No chance. And they pulled it off.
Yep. Unbelievable.
But what really matters is this.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. All right. Sorry, I'm watching other people throw up in the huddle. I can't find what I'm thinking about. It's not hot. It's the exact opposite. It makes me gross out. Now I'm thinking about throwing up myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yucky. For her role in Winter's Bone, Jennifer Lawrence actually learned how to skin a squirrel. No thanks.
Yeah. That was kind of her first big break, right? In terms of being critically acclaimed. I remember Pat Proft raving about her in that movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I never saw that one.
I really, honestly, I went to see it thinking it was about Jonathan Winters.
Oh. Yes.
I was like, well, that's something I never thought I'd see.
I'll go see it.
I guess I'll watch Jennifer Lawrence skin a squirrel instead.
I kept waiting. Where's old Johnny?
Saw Beetlejuice yesterday.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Not that one.
Oh.
Not. You don't think I would have led with that if I saw Beetlejuice from the Howard Stern show?
We'd still be talking about it.
100%. We wouldn't have mentioned the score once between 5:30 to 9. I would have told you the entire conversation I had, what he looked like. what he smelled like, where he was going, who he was with.
Yeah.
This would have been the fourth straight segment of Beetlejuice talk.
Yeah.
So, what'd you think?
Yeah.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No thanks.
I've heard both sides of it.
It
now.
wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just a waste of time. As a standalone movie, I would give it like a 0. But there's so much nostalgia. You're like, all right, fine. We were walking out, and my wife and my daughter were like, "What'd you think?" I'm like, not good, not bad. It's just a movie.
Why did they even ask you after movies?
No, I wanted to like it. My wife kind of felt the same, and I think my daughter actually. I don't think Harper really cared for it either. I don't know.
Yeah. So my son went with a buddy last night, and his mom and his buddy fell asleep.
I have 2 major problems with a plot angle that are both giant spoilers, so I won't. But I could tell you guys off the air.
Yeah, I can't wait.
My thing is like when for years and years and years they've been saying that they were going to do this sequel, and when you hear they're going to do a sequel, 30 plus years later. God, don't ruin my idea of the first one. This one definitely didn't do that. It's not like, well, now I just don't ever want to see Beetlejuice again. I will never watch this one again, but it doesn't change the way that I love the first one at all. But I am thrilled that the Goonies cast is now saying that there is no truth to the sequel. That one should just absolutely go untouched. I could argue this one should have gone untouched as well, but this wasn't like egregious. It wasn't like offensively bad. It was just, nah.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it had some nice moments.
Me too. I really liked it. I liked the what he was pretended to sing.
Yeah, that was
very
great.
funny.
Yeah, that was probably the highlight.
I liked it.
Right?
I like things.
The 10 seconds of the cemetery singing.
Yeah.
That part was fine.
Yeah, the juice is loose was worth it.
You know how hard it was? There was only like 10 people in the theater. When he goes, the juice is loose. I so badly just wanted to go, ha, ha.
See?
Just for myself. Not hoping anybody else was a Power Trip listener. I just wanted a meat sauce laugh at that just for me.
Yeah,
but of course,
I did.
The 2 girls they would have said, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, why are you laughing?
That's what meat sauce does. Well, then why did you do it? I don't know. Yeah. I have an empty existence.
And don't make fun of him. That's what they would have said.
Yeah. More of what really matters with Ben Leber after this Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
Oh.
The Fan.
Hey, everybody, welcome. It's Power Trip Morning Show. Ben tried to tell us this Vikings team could go 2-0, but we wouldn't listen. And now you're right, Ben. We all stand in your shadow.
Sure. I'll take some credit for that. I don't remember outright saying that the Vikings are going to win this game, but I said they definitely have a chance, and if they do a few things here and there, they will win this game.
Benjamin, if the Minnesota Vikings continue this year to maybe overachieve, and we've seen a Kevin O'Connell team do that in the past, right, where it's like, wow, we didn't expect this.
Yeah.
If they continue to overachieve the rest of this year, do you think it'll be because Darnold continues to overachieve, or the defense is this good?
Good question.
Great question. Yes. I mean, if I have to choose either or, I'm going to say it's going to be the quarterback play. I mean, we love what B-Flow's doing, but again, I don't think that to be a highly successful, competitive playoff caliber team and with a chance to maybe go to the Super Bowl, you don't need a top 10 defense. It's nice, but you don't need it. But it's almost like you need a top 10 quarterback, So I think that, and we're all going to look at top 10 quarterbacks as far as like yards per game and stuff like that. But as far as efficiency within the system is what I'm kind of alluding to. Like, I think that if he can continue to make a couple big plays a game and really just limit mistakes and use his legs like he did yesterday, at least for the first half, like there's no reason why this team can't compete with anybody in the league.
I heard you talk to him about that, right, Sam Darnold, about his mobility, that he can run, and maybe hasn't done it a lot in the past, but I forget how you worded the question, but something about like, how do you remind yourself that you're capable of taking off and running?
Yeah. I mean, it was basically just the essence of like you're a quarterback first with a lot of weapons around you. And in those moments, I was just kind of wondering, like, is it just the empowerment of not only himself, but is it the coaching staff? Is KOC always reminding him, like, versus the last couple of years with Kirk Cousins, maybe not so much the case, but is it been drilled into him that, hey man, if you don't have anything there, just take off and run, And there was a play, I don't know exactly which play it was in the second half, where I'm just like, he should have ran, and I don't know why he didn't. And maybe I should have asked him specifically about that play. If we had lost or something like that, maybe that's like a tougher question to ask the guy. But like, he was the second leading rusher in the first half, and then we get the second half, and there's one key moment on the third down, like just like, why did just run the ball? It was wide open. I think it was like 3rd and 4. That's all you do is just pick up the first down, and he chose not to. I just hope to see more of him running those situations where just move the chains, dude, because we know that you can throw the ball. Just move the chains and keep the offense on the field.
Was that the play where he got sacked by Bosa?
I think so. I think so.
He basically ran into his own guy.
Yeah, he ran into his own guy. Yeah, I don't know. That's in my notes somewhere. But that was, I'm sure, and Zach, I heard you you remembered the play when I was talking about it. But yeah, it's like if we can continue to do that and then just make win those little situations, I think we really have something here with Sam.
Well said.
But what really matters is this.
If you sneeze uncontrollably after suddenly being exposed to bright light or intense sunlight, you might have inherited a genetic trait called achoo syndrome.
That is the laziest named syndrome of all time.
Achoo syndrome.
So they beat sauce.
It's not really lazy when you have to really make sure you pronounce it correctly.
Well,
yeah. You don't want to. Yeah, it's not an ethnic syndrome.
No. Do you guys know anybody that does that? That sneezes when they look at bright lights?
Saucy sneezes a lot, but
I do sneeze a lot, yeah.
See, I thought that was the trick to conjure the sneeze out.
Yeah, like to look, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that bright lights triggered sneezes. I thought it was just like a tool. If you feel one coming on and you want to really get it out. Bright lights trigger fart.
Oh, did you just fart again?
No, don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, poor Max.
Dick.
Oh, poor Max.
I think I'd rather play on a football field with puke on it than be in that room right over there.
Give me that puke
How does
ball.
that work with turf?
What do you mean?
Like with ground, I feel like it would just kind of eventually like go away and go into the soil and everything.
It's like the bottom of a lizard cage.
Rubber.
Eventually you have to clean it.
I guess.
Well said.
The New York Jets of Anaheim won 24-17 over Max's Titans. Aaron Rodgers, 18 of 30 for a couple of touchdowns. The Jets are 1-1. The Titans fall to 0-2.
We talked about that yesterday, Maxo and I did. I don't understand
math.
That and how don't pause, sorry.
Gravity.
I don't understand Will Levis. He just gives the game away
every week.
There was a moment where he had the same kind of situation that Sam Darnold did that we were just talking about, and instead of either just taking the sack and punting and moving on, he just threw it behind him for a lateral. That's a lateral, and the defense picked it up, it's just. He does such dumb things.
Like if you're in a bad decision making contest against Will Levis, just throw in the towel.
Yeah,
because he's the Muhammad Ali of making bad decisions.
Is he a rook or second year?
Second year.
Yeah.
Nobody's better at playing the Titans than the Titans themselves.
Yep, they should be 2-0.
It's like the thing I sent you guys yesterday where the coaches literally just said, what the blank are you thinking?
Right. Yeah, right.
Like,
Two games into the season.
Yeah.
Well, and wasn't he asked about that particular play in the post game? And he's like, yeah, like that's a legitimate. Basically, like,
yes.
Weren't we all thinking that? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
it's so dumb. And these still shots of him last week when he's on his knees with his hands behind. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yep.
But he threw the interception. He's just on his knees with his hands behind his head, like, oh Lord. And then this week there's a still shot of him in the air when he's trying to throw the ball, and it looks like he's doing a swanton bomb off the top rope in WWE. I'm like, dear God, get this man out of the game.
Yeah.
Begging for Malik Willis back over there, Max?
Yeah, please, something. Okay. Anything. Brucey from The Longest Yard after he just ate popcorn. I don't care.
Dobbs?
Yeah.
Just a guy with 2 Dobbers, even if it's not Josh Dobbs. Just a guy coming home from bingo drunk. I don't care.
Okay, welcome to Titans Radio. I do want to ask you, though, because it does seem like he has not just flashes, but real moments of being a good quarterback. So if you take away those plays where he's just trying to improvise and maybe do something creative and whatever, if you take those plays away, he's not that bad, right?
There's times throughout the first 2 games where they were driving. They have, their offense, their wide receiver core is as loaded up as I've ever seen it in my lifetime. And he's a good quarterback. The decisions that he makes are so poor that I don't even know if they can be coached out of them.
Sounds like our backup quarterback last year.
Like,
what's the dude's
Mullins?
name? Mullins, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can get you down the field, but he's probably going to turn it over.
And he can run too, right?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, exactly. He's not a bad quarterback. He just makes a lot of bad decisions.
The throw to Calvin Ridley was a dime.
Yeah.
The one in the end zone, that was a great throw.
Yeah. Even the interception he threw was just a really good play by the Jets cornerback. So, one of the interceptions he threw.
Yeah.
But it's just ridiculous. The decisions he makes, they're baffling. And that's why it's so confusing, because there are those flashes, like you said, Ben, but yeah, I don't think he's the future.
But what really matters is this.
The short-horned lizard squirts blood out of its eyeballs to confuse predators. It can go up to 3 feet.
Jeez.
Wow.
I would think that a lot of prayers that would work, right?
Yeah.
Like, what the hell just happened? Is that my blood? Am I bleeding somewhere?
Yeah, what the hell?
Come here, Larry. Watch this guy. Boo.
I wish people could do that.
Yeah, well.
Give me your money.
Sauce, is that what you were telling me last week, that you like to watch lizards squirt? Is this what you meant?
No.
Then what did you mean?
That's
That
uncomfortable.
was between you and I.
What?
That was between you and I, a conversation.
Yeah, that's where it hit.
Yeah.
A lizard? Yeah, the lizard, yeah. Tickle a
Gross.
lizard.
That's a hell of a thing, man. I just think, adaptation is fascinating. But that, did the lizard decide this is what I'm going to do?
Strange defense mechanism. I'm already bleeding. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Gross. The Los Angeles Chargers, that was my lizard impression, 26-3 over the Panthers. Bryce Young continues to be terrible. Adam Thielen looked super frustrated when he was wide open and Bryce couldn't get him the ball. Bryce Young, 18 of 26, 84 yards and a pick.
It's
Give
over.
him some time.
It's over.
No, it's over. I mean,
He needs more time.
they've been outscored, 73-13 in 2 games?
Yeah, the worst defense and the worst offense.
I mean, the team is really, really, really bad. They don't have talent, but he also isn't good. But I'm saying Washington isn't a good team, but Jaden Daniels is a good quarterback. You can see it, right? There have been plenty of bad or decent quarterbacks on really bad football teams. He's just bad.
We'll take the guy let's compare him to the guy that they passed over. If CJ Stroud was on that team right now, given the roster that they have, they're still a better football team.
Yeah.
I mean, even though you can say you can point to all offensive line, maybe this and that.
They don't have talent.
They don't have any talent.
Zero.
But if you have Stroud, I bet you they are way more competitive than they are with Bryce Young.
But what really matters is this.
Can I say something real quick?
You sure can.
We got 7 more home games at US Bank Stadium this year.
Sure.
Hold on to your tickets if you can, or give them to some to a Vikings fan. That was too loud yesterday when the 49ers were doing good things.
That was crazy.
There's a lot of red.
Crazy.
And
what do you got against the free market?
Especially with the Falcons coming to town and Atlanta being a Delta hub and us being a Delta hub. There's going to be a lot of people.
They won't travel.
That's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah, they'll be
Atlanta for being a gigantic city with a lot of people is a terrible sports town.
Terrible.
Really?
It's a terrible sports town.
I know.
They will not.
I
They
didn't
will
know
not.
that.
The Falcons people will not travel here to Minneapolis.
Good. Sorry for those trying to make a giant profit off your season tickets. I apologize.
I mean, and they're 5.5-point underdogs tonight against Philly.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. In Monday Night Football, we get to watch Kirk.
Yeah. At Philly.
Yeah.
oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we go.
If you had to bet, that Michael Penix plays because of Kirk's poor play this season, do you think that happens?
No.
Just for the optics? You think? Yeah.
I think if they do that, then it's over. Then you're just basically you're just saying like this giant contract with this giant guarantee, we just wasted in whatever 12 games. Now they could make up something. They could say, he's got
my back,
shoulder tendonitis, or like, yeah, I got a bulky knee. Yeah, my arm, I can't move my arm. They could pull one of those things where he goes in and he gets something checked out, and they could say it's way worse than it actually is. But no, I don't think that not in year one.
All right.
Next year.
Because they're probably going to be 0-2.
Probably. He just has to look the part, though.
Yeah, mobile at all.
Yeah.
Like he can plant.
Yeah. And their offense has to look way different. Like he is an under center quarterback is excellent at play action pass. He is not 50 times in a shotgun or pistol. That is not him. Mm-mm. So right now it's a misuse of Kirk Cousins more than anything else.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Yeah, well said, Ben.
You said that well.
Hey, Muss is here.
Hey-o.
We'll come back. We'll do the news. We'll talk more Vikings football with Ben Leber and Michael J. Mussman III. This is the Power Trip Morning Show.
I thought that was my time.
On The Fan.
The Fan.